Guys, welcome to Fantasy War Tactics. I'm making a new video because since the COVID-19 has happened, I've returned to Fantasy War Tactics, one of my favorite and still is my favorite game of all time. Trust me, I've tried a lot of new games. I've tried Naruto, I have tried Sword Art Online, I have tried Knights Chronicles, I have tried PUG, is that PUG? I've tried Last Day Survivor, I've tried so many other games, but nothing matches this. And for older players, I think they still agree that this is one of the best games out there, but there are just no updates. Okay, so here I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons to continue to play the game, mainly for new players who are still on the fence about whether to join in. Since me coming back to Fantasy War Tactics, I joined a guild and I realized that people are actually coming back in. There are older players who are returning to the game, and there are new players in the game as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why you should consider playing the game if you are not already, and maybe I'll just drop a few ideas for older players for you to still enjoy this game that has been around for I think 2-3 years. Okay, so the first thing why you should play is because of the story mode. Now, Fantasy War Tactics is the only game where I have really enjoyed the story. It's about someone, it is about a nerd. Where can I show you a picture of me? Let's see. It's about a nerd, that's him. Nah, he shouldn't wear anything so you can see him. It's about him. You can see that he's wearing glasses. Which superhero wear glasses? Which hero in a game wear glasses? Okay, so it's about him. It's about Mr. Nerd, and he is trying to take over the world. Every other game is trying to save the world. You are always fighting people to save the bloody world. But in this one, it's modern, it's funny, it's not a cheesy concept. It's about destroying the world, okay? And that's what makes it interesting. And just from that plot alone, you know that this is going to be funny, this is going to be enjoyable, and at the same time, this still keeps the defeating monster kind of plot, just in a more modern way that's refreshing. Okay, so I think the main thing people want you should still play is because of the story mode. Now, there are a few side stories that I can just open up, but it may or may not be interesting, so let me just try. That's Ian. He's a cat. Okay, perhaps you too, Jack. Ian, you too. I heard that more and more of our companions have started sneezing because of cat fur allergy. I had fleas. I don't have fleas. Are you sure? No, I don't. Even you don't believe me? No, I believe you. If we don't trust each other, who will be on our side? It's not a crime to be furry. The ones who are blaming us are wrong. Jack, let's protest this unfair treatment against us. Of course, Ian, as long as we stick together, they won't be able to criticize us anymore. Jack, Ian hugs his Wow, it's a flea. Okay, so I don't know if it's interesting for you, but maybe because I've been through this story before, I sort of understand that Ian is just being bullied all the time, and Jack is just being everybody calls him a dog when he's actually a wolf, and he's just trying to fend for himself all the time, and he's not very smart. So that exchange is funny to me. I hope it proves my point that this is really interesting. Okay, so that's the first thing you should do. Okay, you should play because of the story. If you haven't started playing this, you can play and just enjoy the story. Don't care about anything else, just enjoy the story. The second thing is the graphics. Now, this is 2D graphics. The heroes have, let me see, the heroes have a 3D, I think this is considered 3D, right? You see her at 360, yeah? So this is 3D graphics, but at the same time, because it's so controlled, like I can't quite make her do things. Okay, so in some of the 3D games that you've seen, you know, in actual gameplay, you get to run around, and I've always had trouble with that. When you're running around, sometimes you're running forward, but you are facing backwards. I don't know if you guys get what I mean, but in some of the games, when it's 3D, it just doesn't really make sense, and I hate it when I could when I have to adjust the camera, it goes to the side. Now for this, all you can do with the camera is just to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so in graphics wise, you can see that these characters are 3D and they are moving like they should. In some of the tactic games I've seen, or in some of the turn-based games I've seen, the characters are actually a 2D image. It's not even 3D actual characters. It's just like a picture that's moving. It's like cartoon that's old. So you can see that the graphics are nice. I don't know how to put it. Of course, you've seen games that has more amazing graphics, but they're still pixelated. I don't know how to put it in words as well as I should, but you get what I mean. These are really nice to me. These are how games should be. Okay, so the graphics are nice, and the character design, they paid a lot of attention to details to me. You can go into the heroes, and I'm just gonna show you a few. So this is Chen. He's one of my favorite. Okay, oh, look at him, how cute is that? Yeah, and there are of course costumes to make him look different. Can you see how different he used to be? This is how he looks, and when you get the chance, you can make him look like this. When I first started playing this game, I think I remember seeing characters that I didn't know where they came from. Okay, one of the first few characters that you are going to get a hold of is his teacher. Where is his teacher? Right here. Okay, so that's him right here, and I kept seeing people with this, and I kept thinking that's gotta be a different character, right? Like, who is this guy? Who is this tall guy? Yeah, and then I realized that it's just a costume, which makes things interesting. So I really like the graphics and the character design in that sense. It just changes everything altogether, and it's just nice. Okay, so that's the second reason, for the graphics. And the third reason is of course for gameplay. Now you saw how the game worked earlier. Okay, it's all tactics. It's all about, it's turn-based, and you get to auto it. Okay, and characters just move around, and characters take turn to make moves, and there are awakening skills as well that makes it interesting. Okay, let me see if I can have a character with a bit of animation from awakening skill. Yep, so there we go. You see, so it's a nice little hoo-yah, and just cute. Okay, so it's a turn-based thing. You don't have to rush into anything. It's very slow paced. It's like playing chess. It's therapeutic. Okay, so it's really like playing chess, right? You're moving your pieces and you're attacking on the way, and it's just interesting. The second thing about the gameplay that I really enjoy, and the main reason why I stuck to Fantasy War Tactics for so long, is that the CEO of Nexon, the first company who came up with this all, he said in an interview that he wanted a game where you can get all the characters in the game without paying for it, without gacha. Okay, so you don't have to pay money or premium currency. Do you have to pay premium? Yeah, you don't have to pay money or even premium currency in order to get every character in the game, except collaboration heroes, which will never come back, unfortunately. But even when collaboration heroes were around, you never had to pay anything to get them, to recruit them. Okay, so the downside to this is, of course, right now you won't be able to get collaboration heroes like Yuri or like Maple Story characters or Tower of Dawn characters, but there are still plenty of story mode hero. Right now she's from story mode. Channy, like I said, is from story mode. Chris is going to be the first one that you're going to get. Okay, so, and they're really cool looking, right? So I'm just trying to show you characters that you can still get from story mode. Majority of the character, to be very honest, you will be able to get from story mode or different kind of dungeons that's interesting. Okay, so the only gacha in this game is for equipment. Okay, you want to, when you're summoning, you're just summoning equipments to make your character stronger, but you get to collect every single character in the game, with the exception of collaboration heroes. And so I think that's one of the perks that got me stuck to the game. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the state of the game right now. The truth is, there are very few updates. So far, we have gotten 2 new equipments. We also have gotten 2 new characters, and that was probably 2-3 months ago. And there are no updates at all. But in a way, it's about the journey, it's not about the goal, right? So what I think is, to give this some context, I'm a working adult. I have a family, I have my wife, I need to spend time on other things. And right now, the state of the game, I spend about an hour every day, and I get to clear everything, and I get to be quite far in the PvP area. So I don't really spend too much time on this, and I think it's a good thing. There's no pressure for you to pay to win. There is no pressure for you to advance forward, and it's just nice. You can just enjoy the story, enjoy the gameplay. And for players who are just returning, or you're coming back, play with your favorite characters. They are still interesting right now, mainly because most of the older players are no longer around. So you can see that my garrison is mixed up of my favorite characters, and I really went through the trouble to equip them. Okay, getting to play your favorite characters is just nice. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop right here before I carry on too long. If you've enjoyed this video, it would be nice to know, and I will be happy to make more videos about how you can enjoy this game, how you can play this game, what are things to look out for. And everybody, thanks for watching again. Take care, enjoy the game, and we'll talk soon.